Hello, hello. Old Dad here, and I'm getting ready to watch Friday Night SmackDown. I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to what's going to happen here. We got Bianca Belair, Naomi taking on Candice LeRae and Nia Jax. Carmelo Hayes is supposed to face Jey Uso. I'm excited about that. I can't wait to see what Carmelo does next. Can't wait to hear him say something. He is fun to watch, but let's get to watching. It starts out with Kevin Owens and Rey Mysterio having a chat. Here's the thing. He's like, I want you to face me when it comes time for the whole title thing. If you win the Royal Rumble, I want you to face me because that's a dream of mine to have that match. I love that. He is so behind that fact that he's champion. But Ray even was just like, hey, if you win your match, because Cody's champion right now, but if you win your match, I'd be happy to face you. But then he got mad and things like that. And then goes to a commercial. Commercial time. Naomi's next. I'm just throwing this out as an extra. This match is wonderful. But Candice LeRae just drop kicked Bianca Belair's arm while she was doing a handstand. Brutal. I'm loving this. Nia Jax needs to become a good guy. Okay, so real quick, I'm just going to go over this match because that match was, it was Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair, it was the main character in that story. She was in most of that match. And she is a freak of nature. She is amazing. Fingers crossed, put her against Tessa Blanchard. Come on. Anyway, maybe, you know what? She could be the next. It was so good. And that drop kick where she hit her arm, that looked beast. That was something else. Now, it all fell apart and stuff like that. And Naomi got tagged in, and Naomi did this thing where it looked like they both landed on their butts pretty hard. She rolled her up. It was pretty cool looking. I ain't gonna lie. It was pretty cool looking. That match was wonderful. And then it led to the commercial. That segment was a talkie, but it had Jimmy Uso going out to the ring, and he was doing some talking as he was going out there. And I'm telling you, I was loving it. And I love this side of Jimmy Uso. I want him to succeed now. Weird, right? I want him to succeed. It was just as fun. I mean, like, he taught, and forgive me for all the Jay fans, I truly believe he talks better than Jay does. Though Jay, when he gets on that roll, it's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. They're both really good. But I'm really loving this Jimmy. Now, there was the whole Piper Niven thing, and she's going to have a match tonight and stuff like that. And Bayley saying how her match tonight's going to be personal. Here's my thing. Last week you said that Bayley said that I beat her every time and stuff like that. You can't say personal whenever you just throw out that you beat her every time, right? I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you're going to underestimate her and she's going to pull it out. That's what I'm thinking. But we're going to see because, I mean, it is Bayley. Bayley is like, I don't know. She's next level type stuff. This is Tiffany Stratton. This is her real time to shine. This is her time to show us what she's got, to be that person. And it's going to be fun to watch, but we are at a commercial. This match is on. Carmelo is fun to watch. But I'm telling you what, every hit that Jimmy does looks like it hurts. It almost looks like it's half off. Like he did this thing on the ring post thing, the outside of the ring, and man, it like how he landed, and then he did a dive. I'm going to give a dive excuse because that one really did look like it hurt. It looked like how he hit him, just hit him. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I can't lie. It was fun. But it all led to a commercial. Hopefully when we get back, they're not in a headlock. They're doing something stupid crazy. I love stupid crazy whenever it happens. That match was amazing. Jimmy Uso versus Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes is just amazing. Jimmy was fantastic. Carmelo he's spectacular. I need more Carmelo Hayes on wrestling. I mean, him showing up every day, whether it's talkie, whether it's pow. There was this moment in the match that Carmelo Hayes was like headbutting at the top of the ring. He was headbutting Jimmy's back, and Jimmy was elbowing him in the face, and then he'd headbutt his back, and then it was fun to watch. And the whole match, I mean, like so back and forth, it was great. And I'm telling you what, that man can sell a move. He would do like a super kick, and he'd be like, boom, and stuff like that, and holding his face and things like. I'm impressed. Now, Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu came out, and he ended up beating up Jimmy, and then they ended up beating up Carmelo a little bit. They just kind of punched Carmelo and knocked him out. And then Solo came out, and they went to a commercial. That segment was another one of the talkie ones. No real wrestling, but a lot of fighting. So, I just... Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman faces off with Jacob Fatu. That's the big thing. That's the big thing. Because, oh man, I want to see that. But I want to... It was like whenever he got into it with what's-his-face? Bronson Reed. And yeah, Bronson Reed really ended up getting the better of that one. And maybe Jacob Fatu will get the better of that one. But it was good. It was so good. So anyway, Solo Sikoa walks out. And he's just like, he didn't say a word. He just mic dropped and walked away. And then Jacob Fatu talked. And he talked. It was good. So, and he was like, he's going to get his whatever, But then LA Knight came out and he started fighting with them. And then he started losing because, of course, he did. He's going up against two people. It's LA Knight. He really took it to him. But again, two of them. And then Braun Strowman came out and he ended up facing off with Jacob Fatu. Tama Tonga pulled out Jacob Fatu. It looks like that's going to be a match in the future. And old dad wants to see it. Now they're building up the Los Garza versus Motor City Machine Guns. That's going to be great. I'm assuming that's going to be great. I'm hoping that's going to be great. And the speech that Santos Escobar gave, I mean, I'm telling you what, he is a great manager. And that behind the scenes thing where they show him like pep talking him and stuff like that, that was good. You got to see it. Hopefully it's somewhere found on YouTube to where after you're done watching this, you can watch that because that was good. But we are at a commercial. We're at a commercial. It's Los Garza versus Motor City Machine Guns, and it's going exactly how you would think it would go. This has been outstanding. The tag team moves. Los Garza has become really good. It's almost like they're training with Motor City Machine Guns. Like they're going and doing their tag team doodads and the other one's doing their tag team doodads. And I'm pretty sure that's the technical name for it. And it has been amazing, wonderful, terrific, spectacular. It's been really good. Before the match started, they did the whole signs thing. No Wade Barrett sign. Not today. But it's been, and it all led up to a commercial. Don't do something stupid. Be like Carmelo's match, where when it came back, they were just beating the tar out of each other. That's an old dad hope. That's an old dad hope. Fingers are crossed. All right, commercial. That was excellent. And don't get me wrong, I still say the greatest tag team ever was the Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. I think that those two together, and Arn Anderson and Ole Anderson together, was like, Arn Anderson and Ole Anderson was probably the greatest tag team ever. But tag team wrestling now is amazing. Back then, they used to just beat up your arm and stuff. They have moves that they're just sinking up. And it wasn't just Motor City Machine Guns. It was also Los Garza. Los Garza was doing some crazy stuff, some amazing stuff, some stuff where they put someone up and then the other one would do something. Just how they all flowed together. It was everything you thought it was. Did I think it's as good as Carmelo Hayes' match? I don't know. It was close. At the end of the day, I would say just on the selling point, I'm going to barely give it to the Carmelo Hayes match. But that tag team match was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Piper Niven comes out. She's getting ready for a match. Nick Aldis tried to get Kevin Owens to sign a contract. He ain't going to sign until Cody signs it. Plus, he wants to read it, and he ain't going to read it before his match. Blah, blah, blah. Commercial. So that match is over. It was Michin not Michin. Michin ended up coming out. The whole thing was about Michin coming out. I mean, really. It was B-Fab versus Piper Niven. Piper Niven just crushed her. I mean, B-Fab looked pretty good. B-Fab looked pretty good, but you knew Piper Niven was going to win. You thought this might be the surprise where B-Fab wins, but it wasn't going like that. Chelsea Green ends up attacking her while she's down and stuff like that after the match. Michin comes out. She starts beating him up. I don't want to see Chelsea Green versus Michin. I don't. I've seen it a few times. And do I think Michin can win? Yes. But here's the thing. Give it some time. Maybe B-Fab versus Chelsea Green. I mean, that build-up could have been a great build-up for them two to have a match. Maybe put the U.S. title on the line. I ain't sure. I'm just saying I don't want to see Michin versus Chelsea Green again. Not for a while. I thought that they had good matches. They were fun. Moving on. B-Fab. There's lots of girls in that locker room that can face Chelsea Green. Okay, I'm off on a rant. The match was pretty decent. The match was okay. Chelsea Green was out there. That's a plus. Anyway, we're at a commercial. So we're in the midst of Rey Mysterio versus Kevin Owens, and it did lead to a commercial, but it's been back and forth. One of the things that I caught was there was a little kid and they were like front row right with it. And you could see like how they were working it, but I mean, there was that little kid right there. It was so interesting. I was watching because as an old dad, you know that if you're in any kind of scuffle or something like that, you see a little kid, the whole thing changes just a little bit. And how they changed it almost seemed like more action. It was really interesting, including this dive that was like under the rope to where he used his hands, Rey Mysterio, where he used his hands to give himself a little more flight to land right on Kevin Owens. And it was like, just like a dive from him laying like this to him landing like that. It was really good. And this is more like story driven. It ain't super fast and everything like that. There was this point where Ray went to do this thing to throw him over, but Kevin Owens locked his foot in and stuff like that and blocked the move. It's just two people with a lot of experience going at it, and I'm really liking it. But we are at a commercial. So that match, Kevin Owens won it. And he won it. He didn't there wasn't interference. It wasn't like he did some cheap move or hit him with the title or anything. Pop-up powerbomb, match was over. Ray was Ray. Ray was Ray. And you know when you see Ray, you're getting something good. You know when you see Kevin, you're getting something good. My favorite part of the whole match, he was wearing a Rey Mysterio shirt. He was wearing Rey Mysterio's Hall of Fame shirt. So that was great. And then Cody Rhodes came out. They fought and stuff like that. Because he was about ready to do one of the package power drivers to Ray afterward. And Cody Rhodes came out. They fought. He raised the title. They're building that match up so well. I mean, that's two segments tonight to where Cody and Kevin Owens had at it. And they got me. They got me hooked. I'm wanting to see this match now. How they've been building it up and building it up. It's got to be good, right? It's got to be good. Anyway, we're at a commercial. So I would say the best part so far in this segment was the fact that Apollo Crews and Johnny Gargano's looking like they're setting up for a match, because Apollo Crews said Lilycat. Apollo Crews said Pretty Deadly, hey, you know they're working you. Johnny Gargano got him. And he was just like, keep your name out of our mouth. You know they're setting that up for a match. That's going to be good. Apollo Crews is underutilized. I can't wait to see him back in the ring. Outside of that, Bayley and Tiffany Stratton, they started their match. The entrances, they just got it started. I'm appreciating the fact in this whole thing, there hasn't been any type of headlocks or arm bars or anything like that. Slow stuff in between at the commercials. Let's see if we can continue this. Well, it's over. And that match between Tiffany Stratton and Bayley was phenomenal. She impressed me. I knew Bayley was going to do extremely well. She always does. But Tiffany Stratton did spectacular. She was over the top. And her Alabama Slam, I'm telling you, that hurts. I don't care who you are. You get that Alabama Slam, I don't care if you're putting your hands out like that. Hurt. Prettiest moonsault ever. Tiffany Stratton wins. But that match just kept going. She showed that she was like ring aware. She even kept the pace slower and was like just changing up things and stuff like that. There was this one point where she did this thing inside the ring curtain thingy, the thing that surrounds the ring. I'm just saying. Old Dad liked that match. Now, my favorite match? That's a hard one. I'm going to give it to Carmelo Hayes' match, even though it was, that tag team match was pretty darn good. Carmelo Hayes is so impressive, though. Just the way he sells, even if he loses, the way he sells it. Just so impressive. I wish that match had a definitive. That's all. That's the only thing I'm going to say. I'm going to give it to that match, but I wish it had a definitive. And if you're going to see a match, watch Tiffany Stratton shine. I mean, that was The best thing I've seen of her in the entirety of her being on SmackDown. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Old Dad's impressed. What about you? Leave a comment below if you're impressed. Leave a comment below if you disagree with my pick. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you next time. Later.